So
Perfect.
we are seeing green purple Luffy against black Luffy, which is something a bit off the ordinary green purple against black matchups we're seeing normally, but still picked up on popularity quite a bit for the not quite navy Luffy. And I believe green purple took a mulligan, but we are not certain on who went first.
Yeah.
Sorry, who won the die roll.
Who won the die roll? Because I think, or at least in my opinion, both of those decks want
Mm-hmm.
to go second. Both of those decks have really strong 4 or 6 cost plays.
Yeah,
Especially Black Luffy because they can just do the Kuzan that is kind of necessary to out the um, Sanji Pudding,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But the Sanji Pudding has the opportunity then afterwards, if they go second, to also summon a 4 cost, what makes it harder again for the Black Luffy to kill 2 bodies. So because they usually don't play Lucci, right?
Correct. They're a bit short on reductions to actually play the Lucci in these cases. They do play Hinas, so there are still some windows where you could go like Brook into Hina to remove the Sanji Pudding, but also that can get punished by the Zoro
Yeah.
if you have somehow play one of the brand news early on, like the one we're seeing right now. Okay, brand new picking up Tashigi. Yeah, there weren't many options there. Neither Brook nor brand new can be picked. But yeah, basically, if you set up Brook, it's a lot weaker to like resting and swinging 5/5 into it. Basically, it's a way double 2k or 2k and double 1k,
Exactly.
or just waste your setup so you're in the same problem a couple of times later. And definitely the Kusan play is where you want to be.
Yeah, and Black Luffy went second, so he definitely has the
Mm-hmm.
opportunity to play the Kuzan on 4, right? And establish
Yes.
that body and that reduction to get rid of any 5 cost or 6 cost Sanji Pudding, Luffy's, whatever uh, Green Purple is gonna throw at him.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he also is probably gonna take aggressive life. Both of them like to
Yeah.
take aggressive life just to build up their hand, have the options to do different things, search for their key cards, right?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I don't think we're going to see any countering early on until both of them are on 3. I doubt any of them will give any cuts for counter, and then on 3 it will kind of depend a bit on how they're looking resource wise. But I do believe this matchup is kind of played on 2. Black Luffy will be a bit more conservative with countering, I suppose, because being on 2 life is a lot more scary when you have a 6
Yeah,
cost double attack rusher in front
yeah,
of you.
100%.
But
Um, yeah, and we saw the Frankie come down from the Green Purple Luffy. Not a card I see in every list, to be honest. A lot of lists run the 3 cost Zoro too, because the Frankie basically does the same, but has the extra effect that it only can do it if you have less or equal down to your opponent, right? Was it like that?
correct.
I think so, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it basically works as kind of like the Rayu cuts where you need to be on the same spot. Same as Chopper. Like if you have already done minus yourself, you get to be recovering, but before that is not really working out.
Yeah. And the Laboon as an answer, just to remove anything. It's not quite a Kuzan, but it's
Mm-hmm.
fairly similar, right? We have a card that reduces something just to be able to play the Brook. That we have in Trash already, maybe even with the Rebecca next turn, if they wanted to remove a 5 cost, for example. But the Luffy has the stage. The stage is very key in these black matchups because you can, after you've done minus and go to less done than your opponent, up the cost from your bigger bodies or like just any bodies, basically.
Correct. Ooh, we're seeing the Sora play. That's likely going to be challenging the Laboon now, and probably a 5/7. This is a way better scenario for Black Luffy than the alternative of just playing a Sanji Pudding at that point. Um, and that's what Laboon managed to achieve, right? Like now, it's probably gonna eat a 6, sorry, a 5 swing followed by a 7 swing, but we'll see how that goes, or maybe even a 5/5/7 keep on up.
Yeah. It's also a bit awkward because as Black Luffy, like we said earlier, you don't really want to lose these early cards, right? Even the 5 K swings are a bit annoying. Do you really want to counter this? Okay, now he
Mm.
does the first 5K. Um, the question is if Green Purple doesn't use lead ability, because of course we have the Frankie to ramp, right? But
Yeah.
um, if we don't have Sanji Pudding on board, it's a bit awkward because we don't really get Don back. And so it's a bit harder to establish these big bodies. Even um, some green purple Luffy's play the new, or not the new, but the starter deck Luffy Taro together
Hmm.
with the Sanji Pudding. So that would be a perfect 7 Don play for next turn, for example,
Yeah,
to play
I
around this kind of double
mhm.
removal. Sorry.
I don't dislike either. No, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I don't dislike either using the ability at this point. Ooh, that's a 2K counter. We'll get into that in a
Okay.
second. But just because it lets you actually draw the card of the Senji Pudding, right? Like you will go down 1 down, and when you play it next turn, you do
Yeah.
get that possibility, which is fairly strong. I might have even gone 5 at this point with like maybe using leader ability and going 5 with the Sanji because it lets you definitely kill the Laboon.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess it might not always be about card advantage in this point, but huh.
Yeah, the Frankie is the question is if he stays on board right after this turn because the Zoro doesn't really matter. I don't think we really care for the 5 cost body, 5k body in the end. It doesn't really matter for Black Luffy. But the Don ramping, okay, and he does it. He does swing 5 because the Don ramping effect is really valuable in the later stage of the game. And Laboon probably rather target the 4 cost body, the 4 cost, the 3 cost 4 cost body, 4k body as Frankie is because it's just more value in the late game, right?
Hmm. Okay, we have committed to defending this,
Wow.
which is definitely somewhat surprising. But you also know that if that's been the swings, there's likely not many ways to remove that now.
Hmm.
The board
Yeah.
is not very threatening. You are both relatively safe. I don't like being the one with less resources in hand in this spot. But it's definitely positive to have that Labon there. Now we're easily going 4 on 4, and that's definitely painful for green purple
Yeah.
because you
100%.
don't want to be defending this board in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, you don't even have to swing your Laboon at this point, right? If you just get if you just clear the Zoro somehow now 6k, even if you don't clear it, I don't even think you would swing the Laboon. Okay, you just go live because, like I said, you don't really care for the 5k body in the end.
Hmm.
Okay, and he does the Laboon, probably Rebecca Brook, I would say,
Yeah,
just to have this extra shield up, yeah, for the
yeah.
Laboon so it doesn't die instantly. Now, if the green purple Luffy can't play their double body kind of play, like Luffy Taro, Sanji Pudding, he could also try to play Sanji Pudding into a Focus Zoro again, just to remove the Rebecca and maybe the Brook or maybe the Laboon,
Hmm.
whatever he chooses, right? Um, that could be really annoying for the Black Luffy now if he establishes those 2 bodies, goes down and on and ups the cost from one of them.
That definitely tracks. It would be a very strong play. I think I might like it better than Luffy Taro in this spot
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
because Luffy Taro is just gonna be an 8k body standing there. Laboon basically means that in spite of stage,
Oh,
it should be easy to remove Sanji Pudding.
I just realized it doesn't work, right? Because we have a Donan leader, and Zoro only rests a 4 cost. The Rebecca's a 5 cost. That's oh
Oh,
my god! I play too
true.
much Sim. I always see the orange cost
The
pop
five
up, but
cost.
this
That
time,
is true. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, no,
yeah, it
you're
doesn't
absolutely
even
right.
work. So
Okay,
this is
we
obviously the better
definitely,
play then.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, the best option.
of course.
We're also tired, so we apologize for any judgment mistakes we might make. It's been a really intense first round, and this one is not going to be much easier for the two of us.
Yes, we definitely draw a card here because we have the same amount of Don because we minus Don with Luffy, right?
Hmm.
And now we just lead ability, put up the. Do we lead ability actually? Because we could, and we could just swing higher, but does it really matter? Because the
Rebecca's
Rebecca is
infinite.
in the way, anyways.
It might be defensively. You
Yeah,
might want
maybe.
to do it. It
And
does
just lead
feel a
it on.
bit difficult, right? Because that effectively means we have -2 done
Yeah.
uh, on average.
It's not the greatest spot he's in already this early in the game, but
Mhm.
we'll see how he manages to get out of this. Stage again, really nice. He could also obviously start like cycling stages, use the stage, put +2, then play the second one and does another +2, and then it's basically unkillable. Like even with the Laboon on board, it's really hard to get rid of this Sanji pudding if there's not another Laboon in hand or like Rebecca Hina kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think the Hina will be necessary anyways, right? Because we don't have ways to reduce that anymore. We are on 7. This cleanly kills a 5. So I think even a 9 wouldn't make that big of a difference. You can cycle the stage just to go through your deck, but it might even be positive to spread the Dawn plus. Like, because the only card. Oh, well, no. I guess you carry on Sanji Pudding to avoid a Suru play
Yeah.
or a
Well,
Tashigi play.
what I also just realized, if we have 3 done open, and that's gonna come and play later in the game probably, this early could also be nice. I don't know if it makes too much sense, but it could be pretty strong if we just Luna. If we have it in the opening hand and just Luna now, our board is safe, right? Oh, we see a I don't know the full name. It's like really long name, I think, but it basically rests one of our cards. That's what 3 or more cost, and then we can rest the 5 cost of the opponent if I'm correct, and we get plus 3k for 2 costs.
Hmm,
So we are able to attack the Laboon or the Brook now with a huge leader swing because we can
that
just
is
rest the
true.
Rebecca even if she's a 5 cost. Yeah, we just
Yeah,
rest our 8 cost body. Like 8k body doesn't really matter.
no,
They're not gonna swing into it anyways. That's cool. I like that. I really dig that play.
yeah. I think this is likely Laboon having to go.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. That's good. And now we do another stage maybe. Oh, just a searcher. That's fair.
return. I mean, that is very good.
Yeah, 5 card searcher. Apparently really strong. And this deck, yeah, it's a second Nami now that got printed as a
Mhm.
5 card searcher. Um, if there's ever gonna be a red green Luffy that's actually really good, they're gonna have big stonks from both of those Namis.
Yeah, 100%. Consistency is becoming more and more common on the game just
Yeah.
through the sheer amount of good searchers we're getting. I don't know if you got a chance to take a look at today's spoilers either, but we did get a very interesting leak of a Yamato searcher.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. That looks really nice.
Hmm.
Just for the early
Yeah,
game.
yeah. And in the Yamato leader deck, obviously those two don't come from pretty much nowhere, so you get a really, really cheap five
Yeah.
swinger.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting where this is gonna take us with the starter deck.
Yeah,
I'm
I
excited.
am
I'm definitely
excited for the
excited.
cooking.
Yeah, 100%. Me too. I'm so excited for those. I think the meta definitely needs to shake up. But back to the game. I think there's not. Is there much he could do? Like, he has 8 Don, right? So he definitely could play something like Rebecca, Hina, and the Laboon to pop the Sanji pudding, right?
Yeah,
But that means he has to have the third Rebecca already without searching for it, without cycling or anything.
yeah. Also Suru plus Laboon. We don't have a Rebecca on trash either, but I guess you can recover the Laboon if you have Rebecca Hina in hand,
Exactly,
right?
yeah.
We
So
know he gave one Rebecca 1k, so there was definitely at least two in hand. It could be the case where he had
okay,
all three.
fair enough, yeah.
Uh,
And we
uh,
put the one Don on leader. Very
that's
common play, I would say.
yeah. Oh, Robin would be. Oh, we're missing the stage. We had the stage. Robin would be a really strong play
Yeah,
if we are in the case where that's the version we're playing with. Which I'm not entirely sure. We don't quite have access to the deck lists yet.
exactly. I'm really excited for after this game. What exactly
Hmm.
the decklist is, right? Because there's two kind of different versions running around. One more navy focused and one more stride focused. And this is a 7 cost, by the way. It's gonna be a Sengoku. Okay, so this looks more like a navy focused kind of list, right? And less
Hmm.
of a straw hat kind of focused, maybe. But the extra draw with a big body, nice. Our leader goes to 7, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and we grab a
Yeah.
we
Ah,
grab a
shame on that
T-bone.
Sanji. Yeah. T-Bone.
Except we didn't take the Zuru. Is that telling? Maybe that we don't have much destruction in hand. Maybe we only have reduction, and we need something to pop a body, for example.
Yeah.
Could
That's
be telling.
likely the case.
Yeah.
We do want a fallback. Well, that probably means there is a Hina in hand already, so there might be some ways to handle reduction, or
Yeah.
that we really need the KO. And we're expecting that Brook to go away.
And we had 4 life. I think having the Laboon rested for the Zoro there and defending it, could toll and like our resources because usually we take these like first two or three life, depends on how aggressive our opponent is playing, really easily, and we build up our hand, right? Um, but now it he doesn't have as many resources, right? So
No, no, he's definitely understaffed area.
hmm. But kind of both
Uh,
of them, am I if I'm looking at it correctly, because yeah, he's showing his cards too. He's like 5 cards in hand, and usually green purple Luffy also um has quite a few cards in hand in this stage of the game already.
mhm. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. This is a bit of a very starve-heavy game that
Yeah,
we have gone into.
very interesting for sure.
And Luffy was basically forced into spending most of the resources getting rid of that Laboon, right? Because that was a menace that couldn't really be kept up. And I think it was a bit fortunate that Kusen was not the card over there because we would be on a very, very different spot if that rested brand new had been a Kusen rested now.
Oh yeah, hundred
So,
percent, 100%. That is true. Then it's already really rough. But now the green purple has a lot of options. Yeah, I would say if they have a second Sanji pudding, for example, they can just go -2 and just get everything back. Um,
yeah,
or they might have the 6 cost Luffy to rush and just put some pressure on the board. Maybe destroy the Brook. Um, because like I said, it looks a bit like there's not too much reduction in hand. Okay, he rests. What is that? 7 or 6? No. Okay, never mind. He didn't rest it, but it looked like it. So yeah, I think he's definitely going for board here. He's not going to try to rush him because 4 life rushing down 7k leader, 6k leader doesn't make much sense, right?
no, and actually, I think he wants to stay away from hitting life as long as he can.
Yeah. And we see the 6 cost Luffy. Yeah, really nice
Ooh,
body. Um, that means though probably that he doesn't have another Sanjin pudding in hand, right? Because that would be the primary play in this situation.
yeah, yeah, it does seem like that Sanji Pudding is the only one, and we are fairly low on Dawn as well, right? We're down to 5, and we're likely gonna be going down to 3, or we just use that as a regular rusher.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think we go down to 3. We take our life and go down to 3. I think that is too much effort here. I think we would probably rather play like a 4 cost Zoro Searcher. Or if
Yeah,
we're really scared, like a 3 cost and then leave one down open, but I don't think we have to be scared on this at this point on this board. And
no,
we can't really do minus down anyways too much, right?
yeah,
So I think the Zoro would probably be the best option here. Just a 4 cost Searcher, get another card in hand, get another body on the board. Try flooding this board as much as possible. Swing the Brook away, and force our opponent to remove one by one. And then maybe yeah, okay, yeah, we get the Brook
oh,
off the
but
board. It's really good.
keep in mind, Zoro doesn't really rest anything other than the brand news, right?
Yeah, no, I think the sorry if I said Zoro, I mean Zoro, the purple one
Oh,
that searches the card.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think that would be the perfect play here on
Oh,
4 with 4 on
100%.
open. Yeah, no, no, the other one, you're right. You're totally right. I think the Rebecca is out of reach at this point. Yeah. So we go 6 life. No, we don't. Apparently, okay. Um, but I like the 6 life just to poke a bit. If they take, that's fine with us, right? If they don't
Hmm.
take, and block, we start exploding on the blocker. We just start attacking the blocker big.
Yeah. Well, now it's a difficult decision to make, right? Because if you have 1k counter at this point, you don't.
Oh,
Okay,
that's interesting.
that's. I mean, it's not bad, right? You have the Rebecca, so if they don't overcommit to it, you just block with Rebecca.
But doesn't it cost you resources either way? Because you're gonna get 2 swings into it, right? They're both gonna be like 8, or they're both gonna be 9k swing, 9k swings, right? So he's
Mhm.
definitely gonna lose 2 cards or both blockers.
That is likely the case, and you get to give
And
one up.
you're not like close to dying anyway, so this taking a 6k is just, in my opinion, mandatory at this point. Because you definitely want more resources in your hand,
Hmm.
and you don't really care for your life that much.
That is 7.
7, yeah. At
That's
the blocker, I suppose, right? Oh no, at
no, that's
life.
going at life. Ooh, I
Okay.
do not like
Now
that.
we're playing a different game, I think. We're trying to rush, I guess. I don't know if that's the
Yeah,
correct call.
yeah, I think we're going live now, and that's gonna be eating away the Rebecca, I assume, or he's just gonna take the live, if that's going at live.
I think blocking here is absolutely fair.
Yeah.
If you have the resources to clear at least one or two bodies, yeah. If we
Hmm.
need another card, sure, you can take the life off, but yeah, he's gonna, yeah, play the Focus Zero. Zero.
That's true. Yeah.
Probably the best card he could have had in this situation.
So,
Like, really
eh,
nice.
yeah, in this spot, I actually think it was well played around it to rest the Sengoku, right? Because we do know there's a 2K, so if you hit 8 at a 7, it's very easy to give you the 2K we just searched for.
Yeah. Yeah, you're
Um,
definitely right.
and now we're in a good spot, right? We do have a decent body. We don't have Rebecca or Brooke anymore, but well, that was to be expected, and we have one more card in hand while we keep healthy in life. So I don't dislike the outcome of the play. It's a bit
No, for
unconventional.
yeah, for green purple, it's a great outcome, I think.
Yeah.
We got rid of the one that annoying blocker, I would say, and then establish more board. Never bad,
Hmm.
especially because we said in the beginning, right? Black Luffy doesn't really have the means to remove more than one body per turn,
Yeah.
so it's gonna be rough to deal with all these high cost bodies.
Oh
Um, and
no.
we see another Rush Luffy. So even if that gets taken off the board, we have another one as backup.
Hmm.
So that's rough too.
Yeah, that is very dangerous territory.
I'm interested in seeing what's the line the Black Luffy's got to take.
Okay, I did see. So I believe the card he drew of life is Bad Place, that I like to call it, or Gam Gam Canon
Yes.
Diable Jambe, the longest name in card game history, I believe, but basically Calm Blaze at home.
Yes,
Um,
Complex at home is great.
because he did think about the trigger quite a bit, right? And we were on the spot where Sanji Pudding was already increased in cost, but
Hmm.
he did have an 8 cost, so the trigger would have wiped
Oh yeah, you're right.
5 cost, I believe, right?
Yeah, if you have an 8 cost on board, you kill a 5 cost. So I was initially thinking maybe it's Finger Pistol, but yeah, that event could also obviously be.
Yeah.
That's a yeah. I saw it come up more and more in different lists. I played it myself a bit because it's like
Hmm.
it can be really strong, especially if your opponent doesn't expect the plus 1k push.
Yeah.
It can be really annoying, get you just over the threshold with some units. For example, Brenyo is a 6k all of a sudden and gives you
Yep.
another leader swing, right? It's yeah, I like
No,
it.
it's definitely positive, and there are some plays to be done here with like. It's a shame that we don't have a P9 trash because that would somewhat easily give us a way to go Sengoku into Hina at the Rush Luffy, and then bad blaze it and go big
Yeah,
at Sanji Pudding if we
yeah.
need to.
Let's just call it Hound Blaze. Honestly, everyone knows what we're talking about.
Yeah, 100%. But
Three.
now I think we're more on like regular Hina plays or Rebecca plays and some swinging.
Yeah, he's. I think he's debating between playing Rebecca or Hina, or maybe a
Mhm.
Laboon. Um, because he needs to have some board established, right? Even if he clears one body, there's three others, and he needs something to get spun into, or otherwise his life is going to diminish really quick.
Yeah, this is, and we do know there's a second Rush Luffy, right? So we could even be on a spot where we're getting sevens left and right.
Yeah, damn. So probably removing the Rush Luffy, but it's such an annoying target. But maybe your line is because you the green purple doesn't have much done to play with, right? You remove the Sanji Pudding if you can, and if they do Rush Luffy, you try to live the turn as best as you can, and then have them be on really low don, so you can survive long.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so he does the yeah, it's finger pistol.
Yeah,
So
what finger pistol? Yep.
yeah, so he does the thing with a finger pistol, and I do like this play more than KOing the 6 cost Luffy.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, there's three other bodies on board, and it's still stings.
Yeah. Oh, we're
Ooh.
going 9 out of the 7, maybe. Drain some resources. There's no giant time, so
Fair
yeah,
enough. Yeah, four cards in
I like
hand, and
that.
we know one brick, no giant open. I like it. It's good. I enjoy that play a lot.
It is still somewhat risky territory in spite of 3 life, which is terrifying, but I do feel like that Tashigi will need to eat an attack, so
Yes, 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 100%. And if you counter this out as green purple, you go really low in hand, and I don't think that's really what you want to do because then there's actually like a quick lethal opportunity for the black Luffy.
yeah. Yeah, if you go down to 2 cards at this point,
Yeah.
you are gonna be mapped out in 2
Oh,
turns.
he does counter out.
Oh, and he's not giving the other
Really
Luffy.
interesting. Okay. So we know he has a brick in hand still. It's another Luffy. Does he maybe also try to go for like a quick lethal here himself? Or is he so confident in the ability of Giant to save him?
It is possible.
I mean, yeah, just played another 6 cost lead ability. You have Giant open your 6k leader. This like you're still chilling, right? You like it's such a ah,
We're on 7 done.
pain.
Yeah, I I think I might. It is difficult because I don't want to start with Nate swing in this spot. It's probably just a clean solo euro at life and poke
That's
and
yeah, that's
see
fair. I
see
would
where you land.
yeah, I would really like to know how many cards the Black Luffy has in hand because I think that
I think it's
uh,
only 4,
if it's only four, then you definitely start hitting board, right?
5
Okay,
cards.
5. Yeah, it looked like 5. Yeah, but then still, it looks like more you clear board, right? You care for
Hmm.
life. You just start clearing both bodies. You're like,
Yeah, but that Sengoku is annoying because it's harder to hit than life, so it's very inefficient.
it's true. But also, most of your bodies are 6Ks, so it's not a lot of effort to put down on your bodies. But your board is so menacing. It's crazy. You have such a big board now. Really annoying. Okay, he does go 6 at life, and he gets a 2K instantly. Interesting.
Yeah, that T-bone is gone.
Is
I
the
think
idea
that
here to go for
probably
game?
I think that swing probably indicated that we are running a bit low on counter.
Yeah. If he restands both Luffy's, he has like 5 swings left. That's hilarious to me. It's like it's so many swings with so little bodies on board. It's crazy. Okay, another 2K for a 6K swing. So we are scared to die this turn. Crazy.
Yeah, I want maybe the 1k bodies he has in hand are actually good. We could have another Sengoku in hand and another Rebecca maybe.
Rebecca, yeah, exactly. Stuff like that. That's
You
actually
don't want to give
impactful.
them up.
Yeah, I agree.
Hmm. I don't think you can afford to restand those two twice.
No, you do. You do not. I don't think you have to. Um, I don't think you need to. Because you just clear the Sengoku anyways, right? Now, even if you swing 3 times into it, it costs him either all his hand. Oh no, he keeps going alive. It's crazy. Okay, I keep I keep predicting wrong. It's
No, but I'm with you. I think at this point, after the 2Ks, I just go 778 at that Sengoku, kill it, and we
yeah,
do have a board while they
because
don't.
then you're just insanely safe, right? Even with 2 cards in hand, there is the opportunity to die, kind of, maybe, I guess, if you do like giant into 2 bricks, whatnot, right? Um, but if you clear the Sengoku, there's no way you die, right?
Yeah. Okay, I think we're threatening basically a double nine if they take this one, which I like as a play.
You know what happened to me in this situation once? I was playing the
Shoot.
Black Luffy, and
Mhm.
someone tried to Luna me at the end of the turn, not realizing that the Sengoku was an 8
Is
cost.
yeah, I
So,
actually had that in locals yesterday where someone lunaed my board being arrested Jack. I'm like,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
ooh,
Oh, yeah.
sure.
That is rough. And
Yeah.
locals, I guess, is fine because you can just say, yeah, it's fine, just take it back. It's like,
I
you
did,
know.
but they were like, no, that was my turn map for
Yeah,
this. It's last round. That's cool. I wanna go home.
fair
I'm
enough,
like,
fair
okay,
enough. Yeah, no,
cool.
totally fair. But in Sims, like, you can't take back anything, or like in the tournament, right? But
Yeah.
hopefully we won't see the same mistake here, and I don't think we will. Just start seeing. Oh, and he does restand?
Oh, he's doing the double eight.
No, no, he's putting more on it. What?
I think he's gonna go double nine. He's gambling it.
I like the artwork on the card though. It's a really cool card. It's so beautiful. No, he doesn't restand. Okay. So what do we do for 3 Don? Play Robin. Leave it open. Maybe Searcher.
Uh, yeah, Robin would be good. I think you do want one giant tap though. Like that board is actually threatening, just poking you
Yeah.
sixes to
With
death.
two
So a
cards in
blocker
hand.
won't help.
Yeah. Yeah. With you there.
And we know none of those, like only one of those can be a 2K, right? Because otherwise he wouldn't have used this zero cost event the previous turn. I would
Oh yeah.
just be like 2K, 1K.
He threw away the 1K2 that could clear board. He's really keen
Mhm.
on going for game. It's very interesting.
Yeah, he's really pre playing the aggressor.
He could have played the. If he didn't counter last turn, right? He could have just played the Zoro. Oh, he does that. He plays another stage probably. Oh no, he doesn't search. Okay, fair enough. He looks for. What are we looking for? Giant?
I suppose so.
2K maybe?
I
Sanji?
think we're on lethal range, right? Like there's
Yeah.
no ways to kind of keep going. Okay, 2K is fine.
There's no way we lose, right? We are 6K leader. We have 2 cards. One of them is hopefully Giant. One is a 2K.
Yeah,
Even with two 2Ks, what are we gonna do, right? We can go 6, 6, 6, 3,
you get a
3.
free seven of leader, like two free sevens.
We
I
could
think you
get.
kind of don't want to do that.
We think 6, 6, 6, 8, 8 or something like that.
Yeah,
It's
I
also
mean,
not what we want to do, right?
I do think is what you have to do at this point.
But
I
this sounds scary. Like actually, for green purple, I'm saying like it's actually kind of scary, no?
hmm Yeah,
So wait,
definitely.
there's no giant in hand.
There could be, but like if you eat a stick, hmm.
What if you swing 7, 7, like
No,
put
but
4 and 5 Don? No, 4 and 3 Don. Oh my god, you could go 7, 7, 8, 8, maybe something like that.
yeah, but you know the seven is gonna eat the 2K counter they just looked, right? So it's not a good
He-
start.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. So 6 is definitely the better start. He goes for board. Okay, interesting.
Okay, so he's going seven. He's
And
basically oh
and he lets it go. Okay, that's also interesting.
yeah. That probably means the other card is a giant and didn't want to use it
Yeah, because if he
this early, but
uses, yeah. Hmm.
and there are two restanders, right? So we are not in a problematic area on that
If we
regard.
clear both of them, right, and we play another blocker, we have a good chance, no?
hmm
So maybe this game actually is not as over as I was thinking in the beginning. I would like
I'm
to know how the
just
time is right now because I feel like this game has been going on for quite some time
oh,
already. Oh no, we go
we'll go with
6.
6 at Euro maybe.
Yeah, I suppose. No, that's fair
Yeah,
enough. Okay. If we get rid of the other restand Luffy, we have a good chance.
yeah, that's kind of complicated. We have 7 on up, so maybe Rebecca Hina, Bad
Uh-huh.
Blaze, and then go in.
You're really keen on the bad place. Oh, he goes 7 with the blocker. That's an instant
Oh,
counter, no?
yeah.
Yeah. And what if we do 7 with Brenu again and play Rebecca? That could happen. No, wait, we have 3 done. Never mind.
No, we cannot do
Yeah.
that.
Oh, no.
7 is gonna be another Sengoku.
Yeah, that's what I was fearing.
Sengoku into brand new.
Oh,
Oh,
okay,
we
maybe
don't.
not. He changed his mind, maybe? No, he didn't. Okay. Yeah. Just the. Oh, no Brenu. That's rough. So no draw.
Oh, that's rough.
Hmm. So we. Yeah. This looks kind of over to me.
Yeah,
But I
I don't.
talked. Yeah. Swinging the blocker there, knowing that he has a 2k in hand. I don't know. I don't know about that.
No.
Yeah, we got 9.
2K,
No, we got
2K.
10. 10 is it's 8k, but yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
there
we blocked.
goes. And now we just like
He
go
was
super
already ready
high
to
twice.
yeah, he
Yeah.
was ready. I want to see his hand though. I really want to know what he has in hand. Show us. Oh no,
Yeah.
show us. It's a
Oh, Hina,
3
Hina,
Hinas,
Suru.
and underneath
Ugh.
was something bigger.
T-Bone.
Isho, Jack.
Isho Jack.
He was really
Ugh.
picked up crazy.
Yeah, that is not a counterable hand.
No.
I think he should have gone for it though.
Oh, I want to know what the it was a no. He had no counter in hand. Yeah, he had to go for game because I think in these situations you need to find your outs right, and your out is never to try to live another turn and bait, but to win the game in this situation.
Hmm.
And if he goes for game, he had a chance because I want to know what his last life is, but his other 2 cards were bricks, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So actually, if there was no Gum Gum in life, that
Uh,
was probably over.
show us. Oh, he didn't show us. Oh my
Oh
god.
no!
Shit.
I feel edged right now.
That's crazy. He didn't even look at it himself, did he? I don't know.
He did look at it. I think
Oh,
he
okay,
did
okay.
look at it.
So gotta ask him afterwards. Write it down. Write it down. No, but it's like, yeah, you definitely need to play for your outs there. And if you just go 6 life in the first swing, he needs to 2k, right? And then you start poking another 6 and see that he has to take the life. And then you can start either going big, big, or just keep poking. Um, so yeah, I feel like, yeah, no, it's really easy. No, you go 6 with brand new, or like with Tashigi. He
Mhm.
does 2k. And then you can even go 7 with leader.
Yeah.
Even though it's a bit awkward. But he has to take. And then you could go 7 with Sengoku again. And if he counters, you can split it on again, or you start putting everything on the last brand new, right? And then go like what 10 or something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. No, I think it is like if they take the 6, it's dangerous. But obviously, you don't want to be taking that 6. So yeah, I think he might have a real chance at it. It was an awkward board state though, so I do
it
understand why
was,
you might not like just find the unlikely run.
yeah.
But you know.
The 7 cost Luffy is really annoying for the black Luffy. Um,
Hmm.
it can really swing the game because you don't, like I said, you don't really have anything to remove it properly with the pudding, right? With the Sanji pudding.
Yeah.
So you kill either or, and in this case, he chose the Sanji pudding.
I, I'm not sure which one I'd actually go for in this case, but it's just a bit healthier to go Sanji pudding to avoid more
Probably.
developments, I suppose.
Yeah, because then you have the chance to win the game in the long run, right? Because he doesn't
Hmm.
go plus Don the whole time.
Yeah. And you also know that basically there is another Rush Luffy in hand, so it becomes a bit less attractive to wipe one knowing the other one could still double swing into you. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's rough.
yeah. Totally true.
It was also really good to like sequence things properly for Grape and actually buff the Sanji pudding before any of the attacks because that could have been a lethal mistake with the finger pistol.
Yes, 100%. It was definitely a masterclass on sequencing.
Hmm.
Someone watched Fletch Fletch did a masterclass on like stuff on like basic stuff recently. He uploaded it to YouTube. That's why I saw it. I think he uploaded it before on Patreon.
Yeah.
Um, but he also had the sequencing thing in there, and that is like this is a perfect example of proper sequencing.
Yeah, 100%. This is one of the cases where if you make a minor sequencing this mistake, it's gonna cost you the game very, very easily. Because if he didn't need to spend that turn, he would be able to just play as Sengoku the previous turn and have double 7 cost blocker, making
Yeah,
lethal really, really easy.
true.
Mm. Okay, we're see Luffy go second again.
He did
Mulligan
go.
from
Yeah,
break.
he did go second. So yeah, he mulligans. Okay.
I think it's the correct choice, but obviously we didn't see a Kusan, so maybe he will be mulliganing a bit more aggressively today.
Yeah, I think this
Um,
matchup is gonna be hard without Kuzan. Yeah.
yeah, like Labun doesn't work, but obviously that play where we were before with the Kusan, it would have been insanely more powerful because not only you get to draw the card of Kusan, right, but after saving it, you get to swing with Kusan and drain a card of Luffy,
Yeah, 100%.
which is a very, very difficult spot to be on. It's a shame that we
Definitely.
did see the lower power version of him instead.
Yeah, and then the decision clearing the four cost Zoro. Um, like I said, I don't agree fully with, but because if you keep the Laboon standing, you have a chance to remove whatever comes next.
Mhm.
But he has had something in mind, and I can respect if he knows his cards better than I do, right? His hand, he knows what he had and what he didn't have, and so maybe he saw something else, another out or something. So I'm not gonna judge
Okay,
that.
yeah. I've just been informed. I think we were a bit too lost in the game, but they were in overtime, which was why the swings were quite heavy at life instead.
Ah, okay, that makes total sense. That's what I
Mhm.
think, yeah, I asked like in between, like, what's the time? Because yeah, it felt like a little bit of a longer game.
Long.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, that does make some sense.
Okay, all right. Are we gonna see early plays from both of them? Searcher stages. Okay, no Don one play. No search for Sanji Pudding. And he mulligan his hand, so the there's a chance that he doesn't have Sanji Pudding in hand. And he
Hmm.
has a Hina. Now the question is, and I like the idea here, um, if he has
Oh,
like more Hinas in hand, not taking the Hina, just because of
Sengoku
um,
plays.
exactly in the long run. Obviously,
Maybe,
his
maybe, but
hand,
I think you would need to have like
yeah,
already two Hinas, two Sengokus in hand for that play to
yeah,
really work out. But it is fair. I don't dislike developing the Hina for no reason though. That does seem
yeah.
somewhat good. Huh.
I like the sleeves of the Black Luffy. To be fair, they're cool. I like them. This is Moria, right, on them.
Hmm.
That's nice. I like
Yeah,
them.
those are the official Moria sleeves. We are
Oh,
lucky
are
enough
they?
to have, yeah,
Oh,
the
cool.
shop in London, so we do get a lot of really good goodies.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Yeah, they're really cool. I think we had a
Yeah.
pop-up store in Berlin recently,
Mm.
but I couldn't go, so I'm sad about
Oh, that
that.
sucks. That does suck. But
Okay, early
those
version.
things are great opportunities every time because they always have some like special product. Like
Yeah.
I've been to pop-ups with OPO1 like
Wow.
end of last year, which was insane.
Yeah, I can imagine. Okay, do we see Kuzan? Kuzan, I mean,
On.
probably not because it would be already on the board, right? It would have been like slammed. It would have been like, bang, there's he is.
Oh, we're gonna be seeing another Kusanless game probably.
But we do swing 5 first, hopefully, before we play something.
Ooh,
Thinking about the sequencing of last game.
yeah. This might
But
be a
okay,
yeah.
lovely then. And
It's looking
then
like a second brand new is coming to join
yeah,
the party.
yeah, like, he's like touching his Don as if he would be to play another 2 cost or something. Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. No, the Kuzan, the turn would have been much faster.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we go 5 again, and then probably another brand new.
Yep.
Or what would be really nice, Uta. To go
Ooh,
Suta.
Uta would do some work right now.
I think that wouldn't even be bad. Like it would actually be kind of cool.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, I saw that also
Oh,
in lists. I like this. Yeah. No, I said I didn't like it, but I think I agree now. That this is a decent card. I I advocated against it before, but I think it's okay. Like it's not as bad as I think it was. You trash a card, you have a blocker on board. Costs two. It does its job basically. It doesn't do much. It doesn't do less. So it's pretty good. It's fine. But it's also not really what you want to do on two. On four. So eh. How are you gonna clear the Sanji pudding here? It's gonna be rough.
I don't think we can on 6 ton. Oh,
Oh, without
well,
stage
there is
maybe.
no
Yeah.
stage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I was
Ooh,
thinking Pina, Brook, maybe something like that.
yeah. But now we might play a stage of hand.
Yes. We'll see.
Yep. No,
Mm,
that looks like an
stage.
Ami. It's not there
Stage.
quite yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's rough. So now it's gonna be really hard to remove that. Maybe with a finger pistol it can work. If we have like Zoro finger pistol or what else? Oh, I think it's
Mm,
only Zoro, right?
yep. Yep. I
So
mean,
yeah.
Uta finger pistol if they run it, but I'm
Ooh,
not
finger pistol
sure.
would be crazy, yeah.
It would be quite good, right? Because we don't have other bodies to swing into the Uta right now. And other than kind of rush Sorrow, we
Oh,
would be in trouble.
and we go 8 life. 8?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we're taking that. Not
Yeah, we're not never gonna
happily,
counter that. Yeah, yeah.
and you
Definitely
know,
take that.
uh, that's 8 in hand.
Well, actually,
Oof.
there might have been an argument for countering, for blocking, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, like you said
Sorrow.
earlier, the Zoro. Yeah, exactly. There's actually a target that you actually want to rest with Zoro. So
Yeah,
maybe,
last track.
but we don't have much resources, so maybe not. Yeah. Okay, what are we gonna do here? Just developing board is not enough. Because if there's a second Chanji pudding coming down, oh, that's rough. So we go 7 into leader, into the 6k leader. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
it's
I'm running
usually an
low with
easy take,
this.
right? You usually take those, even if you have enough counter, because you just want all the life. But if you have a Sanji pudding in hand, if you have your cards that you want in hand, then you can, I guess, defend it. Oh, and now we
Yeah.
develop Kuzan. So,
Oh, that's unfortunate.
yes, turn late. Unlucky. Maybe got it from live or from top deck this turn.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we're still not out of the game. We are
No, no, no.
healthy. We have sizable hands on both ends. The second Sanji pudding would be trouble, specifically if we. Okay, we don't have enough done to do it
Yeah,
through a Luffy Taro, so
I was thinking
that's
about
good
that
at
too, yeah.
least. Like,
That would break our neck 100%. That would, yeah. Luffy Tower Sanji pudding. But no, one Sanji pudding, I think we can deal with, yeah.
yeah, you might be considering some sort of Euro plays to set up next turn.
Yeah.
Seems like there is a mildly strong play to make, but setup could be more attractive.
If we
We
play another.
cannot rest the Kusan
No, we
either,
can't, yeah.
so
So if we play another Sanji pudding, we go to -2 and we go
mhm.
back to. Yeah, we just keep our don the same. So we just stay at 6, right?
Yep.
So we have 5 open then. In a perfect world, we play 2 Sanji puddings in this turn.
Oh my god, that would be more than perfect.
Okay, we have a Zorojoro, so
Yeah, I mean we still get to play as Sanji Pudding if we find it right, which would be backbreaking.
oh yeah, you're right. That is still really, really strong, yeah. Holy, I didn't even think about that. You can search it and then play it. That's so strong.
Sequencing for that deck and the amount of dawn you can get
Broken
is
deck. Broken deck.
wild. Ooh.
Yeah, and we find it. So
Mm-hmm.
We're not
Okay,
really
now
scared.
hear me out on the
Yeah.
sequencing that needs to happen now.
Mhm.
You need to buff the Sanji pudding that's on board,
Yeah.
swing with it, and like basically set up your dawn, then swing with leader. You swing with leader on it after buffing the one on board, and at the end, that's when you play this because otherwise you get exposed to finger pistol.
If he does anything wrong with his sequence in here and we see a finger pistol trigger, I take everything back with the masterclass. But I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that he
Yeah. I think now
no.
it's a 6-7. Sorry, buff 6-7. Come on.
Yes, please.
It
Stage
is
then
it is a
Black.
bit more tricky, right? Because this
Yeah,
is a
yeah.
play that comes from the top end, so it's really easy to lose the focus on it and not have accounted for it. But
100%, 100%, yeah.
that deck is super punishing. I feel like getting good wins with the deck is super easy, but sequencing perfectly is dangerous.
I think
Oh
there's no
no.
reason not to use stage here, right? Oh yeah.
Oh
Even if this
no.
one dies, I think there's an argument for taking both swings if he doesn't use stage here, right? From the
Yeah.
Sea Luffy side, the Black Luffy side, because now
Yeah.
you have the opportunity to just destroy it for free
Yeah.
if you have the counter in hand. And it looks like he has quite a bit of cards in hand, so it looks nice for the coming turns. He blocks. Okay.
Okay. I'm not super mad about
So
it,
this
but
one you
I think
take
you
though,
need
right?
to take this one, yeah. Yes. For the chance to like get back into the game through that finger pistol.
Because you're not really scared of dying next turn
No.
either way. Like it's yours. You're pretty safe right now. Yes, and he takes. And is he getting punished? He's not getting
No
punished. Okay,
punishment.
never punished. Ay ay ay. In Germany we say Glück gehabt.
And now we buff the one standing.
And if he now now he uses stage, and maybe now he realized that he misplayed just now.
It is
So
possible, but
yeah,
I guess you always want to buff the standing one if you can choose, right? Because
yeah,
on the way on the clapback, you wouldn't want that to be the one that dies and then hit
true.
the. You have so many cards in hand, it doesn't really make a difference. So I think just not getting the free swing, so the
Yeah,
flickering is just a high risk.
yeah, he's never gonna swing into the 7K body anyways too much. Like maybe once, and then yeah. So I think it's definitely the right play to buff the one you have you had last round. You know, um,
Yeah.
to be fair, like for us, for them it's quite late, so um, they've been up all day.
Oh yeah,
Which
no. I
it's
I
totally
learned my
fine.
lesson.
It's totally fine.
On late games are always worse games from the
Hundred
player's
percent,
perspective.
100%. So no judgment here.
Not at all.
We're all here to improve and get better at the game.
Hmm. Yeah. Okay. So we are standing up with 8 done, and we do have Kusan over there. I don't see many useful things in trash, so Sengoku plays are not where you want to be going.
Yeah, not really. What's the one under the Cobra?
To oh, I
Tashigi?
think that's a Tashigi. Yeah, yeah, I think that's a
It
Tashigi.
kind of looks like it, yeah. So Rebecca, uh, hmm, you go six
Yeah,
first. Okay, fair enough.
yeah, poke life.
Poke a bit. Yeah, poke a bit. Let's go. We saw poking works against Luffy's.
Oh, we're
We saw three
reducing.
different Luffy decks today. Kind of funny.
Yeah, we've seen pretty much the whole Luffy format at this point.
And her
We are
warrior.
reducing Sorajura.
Yeah, and her warrior was like a big advocate for black yellow Luffy before, right? So maybe
Mm-hmm.
if he cooked up
Oh,
something special, there could have been a fourth Luffy. No, but
it would have been like really amazing to start
yeah.
with Black Yellow Luffy just for the good old times.
I think if we want the crazy black yellow Luffy list, we have to go to Rene. I think he has the sauce.
Yeah, I think he overcooked it a bit, but yeah, definitely.
Okay, we removed the Zoro though. That's not
And
quite what we
now,
wait. Oh, okay, and fingerfist. That was just
ooh,
because I was thinking we have -4 and we can remove the Sanji pudding. Why would we not do that? But okay, this makes sense.
Yeah, that tracks.
Funny enough, he had a finger pistol in hand. I hope that this didn't come from life.
No, no, I don't think so. Like, I think the second you see that, you
Of course.
immediately. Oh, but yeah, that would have been a really, really tough turn.
Well, I feel
I,
like we're in the game, right? As Green Puppet, as Black Luffy right now.
yeah, no, no, it does seem somewhat even. We could be in trouble somewhat if we get the rush Luffy now. But it's a
Yeah.
very all-in play from them as well. So if they don't manage to kill you,
Yeah.
you're basically spending every don you own
And if they
on
swing
it.
into Kuzan, we happily take it and play Sengoku next turn and take it back.
Hmm.
So this is a rough spot for the Green Purple, I would say.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely looking at. That seems like 7 cards in hand. 1, 2,
For who?
8.
For the Green Purple.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But it's fairly low on don still.
Okay, we start with 7. Absolutely fair. Into probably
5.
Kuzan, I would say.
Hmm.
Because life. I know he doesn't have Don. Sorry, he doesn't have Don on his leader, and he's not a 7K leader. So yeah, never mind. Okay, he does clear Kuzan. So yeah, life would have been probably pretty good because we are still a 5K leader. I was not thinking about that. We're not a 6K leader. So
Well, we're a bit early for the 6K leader game.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's the rusher. Ah,
Okay, but then I would rather have
have gone
seen
live.
the life swings, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think with this there, it was probably quite good to just spam 7 swings and keep one don up to not die on the clapback.
Yeah. Question is though, we're never gonna use the restand, right? Because we're gonna go so low and done. We are at what 6 done right now, or
Hmm.
maybe 5, 5, 6, something like that.
Yeah.
So going yeah, it's 6, I think. I see. I saw. Yeah, whatever. Um, if we go -2 again, we go to 6 next turn. That's not a lot.
No,
Might be
not
enough,
at all.
but it's not a lot.
No, I don't think this is a safe state of swinging. And it is
Especially if they
hard
play like a
because
Sengoku.
mhm, I don't dislike just going 7 leader, 9 or 7 rusher, 9 leader.
Hmm. But we
Okay.
also know, okay, we don't forget the stage here. That's good. Um, we also know that they play quite a few bricks, right? We saw the Jacks, we saw the Isho, we saw the Kuzans. There's quite a few bricks in the Black Luffy's deck.
Hmm.
Okay, recycles the stage, fair enough. Um, so maybe just going for game is not that bad of an idea, right? Because
No, but
yeah, I'm sorry.
oh, sorry, go on, go on.
Either he goes to be a 6K leader next turn, the Black Luffy, with the 7 cost, right? And but then he doesn't remove anything from the board, or he clears the board and stays a 5 cost leader, 5K leader, and so is more open and vulnerable to 7K swings. It's a bit of a
Yeah,
gamble. Oh
that's fair.
wow, 6K and we give him 2 1Ks?
Ooh.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, that 7's been eaten.
Wait, we definitely restand here, right? We have to restand here. No shot we don't restand that. I don't agree with this at all, but okay. Well,
Yeah, I don't like this either.
if we see 2 1Ks getting dropped for 6K attack, we restand, put them to 0, right? And then try to go for game next turn. That
Yeah,
is
I
at
think
least
getting
my
them to
first.
0 is definitely the right thing to do here.
Hmm. But Luffy has quite a book in his hand. It's kind of crazy. maybe it's all 1Ks. He has like 10 1Ks in hand.
Mhm. And this is a rough spot. Okay, we're on 10 on, but we don't have a Hina in trash. There's no Kobe in trash to do any shenanigans either.
Mhm. And they're both buffed.
Yeah,
Both
so
plus
we're
2K.
talking about an 8 cost and a 7 cost. And you really want to be removing that restander.
Yeah.
Hmm. We're on
What do we
6
do as
down.
Black Luffy? I mean, it needs to be Sengoku or something. It needs to be a body that establishes something and puts us to 6K leader. And I think that's his idea as well.
Yeah.
Oh, we also play
Yeah,
Sanjis and Finger Pistols. We play so many bricks. This deck plays so many bricks, if I think about it.
yeah, and we do know there's a Hina in hand from like the first
Okay.
search.
It's a
That's
Rebecca. That's a good start. We take a 2K and
maybe Sanji.
play a Hina. And then maybe Sanji. You're right. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
definitely Sanji, right? Why otherwise would they have
yeah, that gets it down to
put,
3.
Mm-hmm.
And now have 5 done.
And he does it on Luffy. Well, it makes sense.
Yeah,
And then he, yes, okay.
yeah. We pop the Luffy.
Yeah, he's a 6 cost, so he can kill a 5 cost with it on under the Slater. And Luffy is reduction by 4, so he's a 4 cost right now, and so he's a dead Luffy.
Yeah. And now we're poking a 6, I assume.
Yeah, and we have some board. So, oh no, we didn't attack. Um,
I guess we're trying to avoid the Robin searching for something.
maybe. Fair
I
enough.
do like the poke though.
I think it's necessary at this point because you have to close out the game.
Hmm.
Because of the lack of 2Ks in your hand, I feel
Yeah,
like you have to close out the game fairly soon.
yeah, and you do know that if they don't minus with the Robin to find another Rush Luffy, they're basically on 6 on, so they just play the Rush Luffy
Yeah.
restand, and they can only hit you like 7, 7, 7, 7, which is still terrifying.
It's still terrifying because there's still a 5K leader here.
Yeah,
Because it didn't establish a 7 cost body or 8 cost body, was it?
no, he didn't have the time. It's been a very aggressive game, I think,
Say
and
again.
he's been bricked up. That's a shame. Okay, we're seeing a 5-3 splits, aren't we?
Yeah, this game, it felt like really aggressive. But we also took quite a lot of time for our decisions, so maybe we'll go into overtime soon.
That is true. Taking a look at the clock, we have 10 minutes, so
Okay,
still, we're good.
10
I
minutes
think
is
we're
fine.
gonna get to finish the game normally.
Okay. How many cards do we have as Black Luffy? Like 8, 7? 7. Looks like 7, I think. Okay, for 3. What could be for 3? Do we play like Uzuhachi? Because we had 8 on here. And then just swing. I mean, we're not in any. Oh. Sun. Oh, yeah, totally works. Sure. We're at 8 and they're at 10. Totally fine. Oh, if we play like 2 of these Sanjis, we're never gonna die. And we have like 6 cost bodies that can't be removed. It's not
Yeah.
bad.
No, it's definitely a fairly good play because they're very, very difficult to remove.
I also would have liked to see him swing before, but it's they can't die, so it just shows the opponent what we're gonna do, but it doesn't really matter. Also, I think
Ooh.
I would have rather played the Usohachi before, just for the potential going for game, right?
Oh, yeah, I don't think I spend those 3 on the Sanji, unless I really have to.
Yeah, exactly. And they could do it after the turn anyways.
Hmm.
I mean, they get quite a few done back again, like go back to 5 done.
Yeah, I guess that's a fair point.
Oh, I know why they did play the Sanji now. Because they didn't have 4 rested on, and so they couldn't restand 2. So they did 6, and and then they reset to.
Yes, but I think 8 is likely the best number to be swinging right now on the first swing, right? So you could go 8 with Sanji Pudding,
Mhm.
and then just return that
Okay,
on for
fair
leader
enough.
ability.
That is also true. Yeah, he buffs the Robin, um, because he's scared of dying, maybe. But then you would buff the Sanji, right?
I think so.
So, okay, he goes 8. And then he has the potential to go 10. He definitely sees a 2k here. Then maybe two 1ks if he doesn't have two 2ks. He does have another 2k, so he got another 2k from life or like
Okay.
from top deck. But the 8
Yeah.
poke was definitely necessary. Now, I think going 6-6 could actually be fun with Robin. Um,
Yeah.
just because we have the opportunity to take like two more cards off of him, right? Go
Hmm.
6 with Leia, go 6 with Robin. We're never gonna die this turn. Like, there's no way we die, right?
No, I think you're basically unkillable. You don't
Apparently,
have.
we have a giant. We have 2 life. We have a blocker that's 6 cost. If we buff it, it's an 8 cost.
Yeah. Nah. Uh, yeah, I don't think there was a need to actually go for lethal there, but sequencing wise, it might have been better to just swing 8
Yeah,
with
I agree.
Sanji Pudding. Just because they
But
cannot take the life, so the trigger is irrelevant, and if they trigger, they're not gonna kill the rested body because they're just gonna die on lethal. So
no, yeah, I totally agree with you. That's true. Um, oh, I'm getting all riled up with the fucking lights flashing on the bottom left. It's the phone, right? It's
yeah,
like it's taking my mind. I'm looking at the screen. I'm like, oh,
yeah,
flashing. I have
I'm
to look
like
at it. Oh my
blinking every
god.
now and again. Yeah.
Um, no, but like Luffy looks like back against the wall. It's really tough. Again, same problem as last turn. We haven't established a 7 cost body that we can go to 8. So we can have a 6k leader. Um, but we also still have the problem of Sanjay putting on board. So there is no body that removes both those things because our leader can't do -1 like Lucci can. We have
Hmm.
Brook on board that didn't really do anything since we played it. So it's also a bit rough.
Unfortunate. Yeah.
Yeah. So are we
Nine.
just no? We're swinging at the Sanji pudding, right?
Sanji Pudding.
Surely.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the 9 with Sanji Pudding.
We just block and do Robin effect. I think
Yeah, I don't think you're on the spot where you want to become a giant in.
you never give that up. No.
I mean,
You,
it doesn't make a big difference, I suppose, but
if he goes live, we
definitely
take the
not.
life, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You definitely go down to 1 on this spot,
But there's no way he
unless
goes live
you're
here.
very, very bricked up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. 100%. Okay, he counters. Fair enough. He has 5 cards in hand. He does. Oh, Gamma Knife. I like the addition of Gamma Knife. Plays around 8 cost kit and some 10
Mhm.
cost Shanks card, for example, and stuff. So, for
Yeah,
sure.
and you do get to search it off the
Oh, yeah.
when you're at sea.
I,
You meet pirates. You fight pirates.
true.
The 1 cost event, so it's good.
Yes. It's such a boon.
And you're preaching to the choir, right? I've been playing that on radio since Rene convinced me to for like 3 or 4 months. So that's
When
definitely a card I like seeing.
I got beaten once so badly by Rene on Reiju with Uta. I played Uta, right? I played the 8 cost kit and he played like double of this Gamma Knife. Since then,
Oh
I'm
my
a
god,
believer.
double? That's
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah. It was
overkill.
a minus 2k or some shit. Like, holy shit. Calm
I
down.
just killed it with a Sora.
Exactly. Something like that was. Oh my god. Um, but 7 goes into Sunshine Pudding, right? Yeah, okay. We
Yeah,
throw Frankie. And we have 2 more cards, probably 1 giant and like something. Oh, and then we just pop it. Yeah, okay, no, that's fine.
disrespect. Yeah,
Disrespect, yeah. But still
yeah.
rough. You have like what,
No
6 cards?
6k leader, one
No 6
blocker.
carry there. We saw Kuzan just there in hand. He needs to keep his hands a little bit, maybe a little bit more to his chest because kind of can make
Mhm.
out that there's at least 2 bricks in there.
Yeah,
Oh, and there's Sengoku. No, he's just showing his hand. Okay. But it has to be so tough for him that it's not a 6k leader. It's like his whole thing, right? Is that he's a 6k leader.
yeah.
That's why you play him over Lucci,
Hmm.
and then you can't get there. That's rough.
Yeah, you're basically just playing a vanilla Luchi this game, which sucks. It's been
Yeah,
unfortunate as well with the Kusans, right? Like we've always seen them off curve and
true.
at the wrong times. So
And we didn't have the opportunity to take them back with Sengoku either.
okay, sure.
He grabbed the giant. Yeah, fair enough. Why not? And what we're gonna do now? I think we have the opportunity to swing. I think we do want to swing 6 somehow first, just to check. Do they
Mhm.
actually have no 2Ks anymore? Because since last
I
round, they could have acquired one more, right? Max goes from deck. Oh, he goes 7 instantly. Fair enough.
I like 8 actually.
8,
I
okay.
think I liked starting either 6 or 8.
If they actually have no 2Ks here, though. Okay, yeah, because this doesn't tell us anything, right? This
No,
could mean
now
they had another. This could mean they got another from last turn, right? So, like it doesn't really tell us anything.
no,
And now what? Now you stand there.
and
Um,
you don't, and you
we
don't
never.
have don't restand either, so it's not a good spot to be in.
We could just swing Sanji here, right? Like we're not gonna die anyways. We swing Sanji with 7 or something. Now we
Mhm.
can swing 7, I think, at this point.
I think you probably want to go 8 and 9 from the sequencing, or 8 and 8 and keep one up.
He can restand Donster, right?
Just one, because he's
Oh
already
yeah, he's
used
the only
one.
one rested. So yes, he could go 8-8.
Yeah.
And I like 8-8 because there's no life. If he actually wants to go for game, but he could also just go what 6 no 7. And if they counter this, they don't swing with the Sanji, right? If they
Mhm.
counter it, yeah, I like it. I like going 7 with leader here, right? We restand. You go 7. No, you could go 8 with leader. Never mind. I lied. I forgot about the extra one. You go 8 with
Yeah.
leader. If they
8
block
8.
it, you go 9. You go 8 exactly. And have still one done open for giant, right? I think that's the play.
Yeah, you're super safe. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think 8 8 is likely your best scenario here.
You never swing with Robin. This doesn't make sense. He goes 7.
7.
So 7 is if he doesn't counter. If he blocks, you go for game, right? You go 10.
Yeah. I don't think he can counter.
Yes, I don't think either. I think I saw 2 bricks and oh, he goes 8 and he still wins probably, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
GG.
Yeah.
And there's a Kaido,
Ooh,
even more
Kaido.
bricks. That's crazy.
Kaido Kusen Kusen Hina. Oh my god. Yep.
Uh,
That is rough.
well, GG. There
Yeah, really
was
good games. A bit of a shame
a bit of shame.
on
Yeah,
the lack of the leader ability.
there wasn't really.
But
Yeah, he didn't get going. That's been unfortunate.
yeah. I'm trying to think, but you know that play we were talking about early on where you suggested removing the Hina? It might have actually made a difference. This game.
Which play? Sorry.
Not taking Hina with Ranyu. Just pretending it's not Navy and sending it to the trash.
Because then you have reduction in trash and you can use it with Brook. You're right.
That's it. I'm not sure if there was anything
If
worth
that
killing.
actually made a difference, that would have been crazy.
Yeah, but that's some like conqueror's level of hacky. Uh,
That's a stretch. That's 100% a stretch. Like I would never do this in that situation.
yeah,
But yeah, funny. Yeah, funny if it actually made a difference.
yeah. I think in introspect probably. I've been informed we don't have deck list to be looking at, so we can
Okay.
probably just wrap it up.
Okay.
Um, have a bit of an easy let go. We've been here for 3 hours and 10 minutes now, so
Yes.
it's been a long time. And yeah, no, it's been great. Love chatting to you over this, and obviously being on the stream. I'm gonna try and do it as much as I can, and I think Jack's likely gonna be taking my spot on the games to make space for that. So you know,
Yeah.
I
No, I
had a
had a
lot of time.
blast, and I'm looking forward to next time. I hope everyone else had a great time listening to us, and we did the proper job. We didn't do stupid stuff. But
Hmm.
yeah, I think that's gonna be it for me for tonight because
Yeah,
gotta do some math homework. Ha!
Well, good luck with that.
All right.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye.